Good morning and welcome to this week's episode of the Last Night's Game podcast. I am so excited to have Scott join us today for the podcast, all about what happened in the offseason in the NFL. Scott, welcome to the podcast.
Fired up to be here. We survived the offseason, the reality show that is the NFL of nonstop drama, even though there's really no news. They're great at creating content and nonsense to fill airtime. So we're almost past all that and into football. And we're here to discuss everything that's happened since the Super Bowl when the Eagles beat the Chiefs.
Well, they're a little bit like the Kardashians, where it's like you make yourself some news.
They have a whole network they have to fill airtime for. So there's a lot to create.
That's true. And I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. So I'm excited that I actually get to see you. Like I may be more excited just to see you and chat with you than actually record a podcast. So thanks for showing up.
Well, it's an honor to be here with you
Yeah,
and see your face as well.
I think the
After
last time we
a
hung
long
out,
summer of
yeah.
travel and things like that.
I was gonna say the last time we hung out was 4th of July for like 12 hours. So
But it was a meaningful 12 hours.
yeah, it was moving.
It was. So that's all. Quality over quantity in family time.
Every time we talk about anything family oriented, the tiny human's like, will Uncle be there? I don't know. Will Uncle be there? Forget, is mom gonna be there or dad or Grammy? Is Uncle gonna be there? And is he bringing the dog?
That's all I really have to offer is a dog.
Well, he liked you before the dog, so in all fairness.
Okay. Well, we had a dog before that too. So we don't actually, the results are inconclusive, whether it's the dog or whether it's me.
All right, so we'll bypass the family drama and talk a little bit about the NFL drama.
Mm-hmm.
There has been a lot happening, as we mentioned, in the off season, and we all know that these guys obviously go and take vacation, but they are really been hustling and working hard through the off season. A lot of lawyers have made a lot of money in this off season negotiating new contracts. So we'll talk through some of that, but
Mm-hmm.
I want to start and talk about a little bit of some of the drama that's unfolding as training camps get underway. Let's start with Joe Burrow. So you may or may not know of the show Quarterback on Netflix.
Yes.
Joe Burrow was on this season's. I have not watched it yet. Have you watched it?
I have. I was going to wait until closer to the season, which probably you will do, and most people will do. But now we went ahead and watched it because there's very few sports to watch at this moment. And I don't really watch TV shows like everyone else. So we watched Quarterback. It's, was it the second or third iteration? I think it's the second because I did receivers and then tight ends and back to quarterbacks. So we have Kirk Cousins, who was on the first season, who both seasons he kind of gets screwed out of his job or
Yep.
hurt, or so he's become a sympathetic figure, although he's a very nice guy.
Do you
That's
know that he's like made like some of the like the has made like the most money in the NFL type of like some stat like that?
yes,
Someone told me.
most contracts were not guaranteed, but Kirk Cousins has found a way to like set the bar for getting guaranteed money. And his contracts have kind of revolutionized how other quarterbacks and other players are getting their contracts. So
Interesting.
while he may be losing his job and getting hurt on this show, he's made a ton of money and kind of set the bar high for guaranteed money.
Interesting. So we have Kirk Cousins, Joe
And then,
Burrow, which I want to dive into Joe Burrow because everybody loves Joe Burrow.
yeah,
And then who else is on this one?
we'll go to Jared Goff and then we'll go back to Joe Burrow. We'll start at the
Okay.
end, go back to the beginning, if that
Okay.
makes sense to you.
Yeah, didn't realize Jared Goff was in it.
Yeah, so Jared Goff, he's the quarterback for the Detroit Lions. He's a cult hero in Detroit. Any event you go to in Detroit, sporting event, concert, you will probably hear a Jared Goff chant. He's kind of become their like underdog mascot. He was with the Rams for a long time, went to the Super Bowl, and then they traded him after that without any notice or any notification to Detroit. And he's kind of led this revolution with Dan Campbell to bring the Lions back to prevalence.
Got it.
It's a good look into him, and he was the highest of highs, being the first pick in the draft and going to the Super Bowl, and then they pull the rug out from under him, and he goes to Detroit and embraces everything. And now he's the man.
Okay, we'll see. There you go. And didn't they do like a quarterback swap? Like
Yes,
the Lions got Matt Stafford.
Yes, Matt Stafford was longtime Lions quarterback. He was the hero of the city, but they just weren't winning, and he'd taken a beating So he went to better weather, won a Super Bowl with the Rams. So now Jared is trying to win a Super Bowl with the Lions.
They were close.
They were close. They were close, and they've knocked the Rams out of the playoffs before at home. So that was a good thing for Jared.
There you go. Okay, so Joe Burrow. The only thing I
Yes.
know about Joe Burrow in the offseason is
Yes.
I was going through Instagram or TikTok, one of those, and it was a podcast, and they were talking about how Burrow had like the Andre Agassi head wrap situation on in all of his photos, and that there's rumors he went to Turkey to get hair implants in the offseason. That's what I heard. That's all I know, really. That's all I've
Well,
got.
then, if someone said on a podcast, it has to be true.
It has to be
That's
true.
that's correct. I'd like to play into that fantasy world. I don't know that we can report that accurately.
I don't know. Like I said, that's but
As you'll see in the show, he does go through many different hairstyles. He had the bleach blonde buzzed haircut to start training camp, which inspired a whole new generation of children to get into that trend.
as does one
Like
does.
Eminem may have done for our generation, Joe Burrow has done for this generation. So you've got kids everywhere with bleach blonde hair. And then from there, he goes on and with his hairstyles, and they highlight a lot of his fashion as well.
Mhm.
He's he's kind of a quiet guy, but he's become this like fashion icon, I guess. He was in I forget which brand it was in Paris, I think, where he wore the suit with no back on it.
No, I don't remember
Yeah,
this.
that was last season where he walked in the
Okay.
fashion show and he had a suit with like the back was ripped out for fashion, I guess. So they
Okay, good.
highlight a lot of that. But other than that, it kind of looks like he's being held hostage when he does his interviews. Like I don't think he likes doing interviews or talking. So it looks like there's somebody maybe behind the camera with a knife, like saying talk.
Talk or else.
Yes, yes, and he's a pretty private guy. And I don't know if you recall last season, his house was broken into
Mhm.
when he was playing the Cowboys. He got off a big win and found out that his house was broken into and a bunch of jewelry and things were stolen. And everyone found out where his house was, and he was not very thrilled
It
about that.
also revealed that his girlfriend, where he had not
Maybe.
talked at all about a girlfriend, and there was the person who called 911 was
Yes.
like a swimsuit model and was
His
at the house.
house sitter, if you will.
Yes. Yes.
Just happened to be a swimsuit model that was house sitting. There's
But,
really
like,
been
you
no confirmation after that.
yeah,
Yeah,
no, he, like, really wasn't thrilled about that coming out either, so
not
I
at all.
respect that.
And they've gone and caught all the guys that did it. And I just saw that like a pawn shop in New Jersey was conspiring with these
Really?
criminals and getting that jewelry and from other athletes as well. And they caught him. I think they just sent him to prison.
Oh, interesting.
So
That I did not
it
know
was a
that.
very big operation, like real serious technology and things like that. They caught him, and like I think they posted pictures online somewhere, like with his number 9 chains, which is very stupid.
That was dumb. Speaking of,
Oh,
I
and there's
think
one
go
more,
ahead.
and he did reveal he was buying the Batmobile
Oh, that's
during
right.
the show, but unfortunately, after he got his house broken into and everything, he decided to cancel that order.
Oh,
So no Batmobile as of now for Joe Burrow. But
as of yet.
if he gets the Super Bowl, maybe he'll change his
Maybe
mind.
so. I
Yeah.
was gonna say someone else that I wanna talk about that was also part of this robbery ring was Travis
Mhm.
Kelce, right? He and
Yes.
Patrick Mahomes both had their homes broken into.
Yes.
He's had quite the offseason too, because it was like, is he gonna retire? They won a
Mhm.
Super Bowl. Is he gonna run off into the sunset with Taylor Swift, who he hard launched their relationship on Instagram, because no one knew that they were
Is
together,
this
clearly.
breaking news that they're in a relationship?
It is breaking news
I'm
for you.
just finding out now on this podcast.
Thank God for the podcast.
I don't know what to do now. So
Now
he's dating Taylor Swift.
yeah, yep.
Wow.
I mean,
Well,
yep.
I need a
And
moment.
no time like the present to put those pictures up of each other.
Yes.
I put him for him to put those up, but he had a big off season. Like, is he gonna run off in the sunset and be
Mhm.
done? Because I mean, he's old in football terms, especially for his position. Like, he's not a kicker,
Yes. No, he's not.
but he signed a big contract too.
Yeah, he would have won the Super Bowl against his Eagles. I'm pretty sure he would have left and gone off and gone to a beach and been apparently in a relationship with Taylor Swift. But they did lose to the Eagles, so I think that changed his mind. And he said he can't was training hard all offseason, changed his diet, tried to get lighter. I think he's going to year 13, which is stunning for a tight end.
Yeah.
So and new contract through 2027, I believe. But I
Okay, so
don't. I
one more year, or through and including like 2 more
through
years,
yeah.
2
So I
more
think,
seasons.
but I think this is probably likely it. just
Okay.
based.
Based
But he's
on
back. He will probably be not going to be like the guy that he was catching 100 balls and scoring all these touchdowns. Probably more limited during the season, and then postseason they'll ramp up.
okay, I was gonna ask the question of, like, why you keep
Yes.
someone, but, I mean, when you have a team that you know is gonna be going to the postseason or in
Yeah.
theory should be
In
going to the
theory,
postseason.
yes. He's there for the postseason, not necessarily the regular season. Any other team, it would probably sound crazy that they're pretty much guaranteed to go to the postseason, but it's been proven that they do,
Yeah, unless Patrick Mahomes gets hurt.
unless Patrick Mahomes gets hurt, which he did in the quarterback show. He hurt his ankle, so he is prone to injuries
Injuries.
at times.
That's right.
Yes,
Um, let's go on to some other love news. We've had some weddings this fall,
we have.
this off season. Most notable, Josh Allen and Haley Steinfeld got married.
Mhm.
I just think they're absolutely adorable. But they were also his off season was recorded because his team, the Buffalo Bills, are on the show Hard Knocks. Which
Yes.
can you explain Hard Knocks a little bit to people who may not be familiar with it?
So Hard Knocks is going to be like an inside look at training camp for a football team, which is what they do before the season. They all get together. A lot of the teams they'll go to like a neutral site, a different city, and like stay in dorms and just kind of get some team bonding going. So
Mhm.
that's a lot of the veterans don't like doing this.
I'm sure
So
not.
it's a painful process for some of them. So they get an inside look. They have cameras everywhere, mics everywhere, hoping to get some hot topics or gotcha moments on these players.
Sure. Well, I mean, it's been around for a long time, and
Yes.
it started off, I feel like, with the really crappy teams, if I remember correctly.
So it's been a process. When at first I think a lot of people want to do it, then people realized they don't want to do it. They don't want people interrupt. One thing you learn about football players, football coaches, football guys, they don't want any distractions. They don't want anything outside of their normal routine. So when you have
Mhm.
cameras and stuff, you have to be careful what you say. You don't want to give away any strategic or tactical things on TV on accident. So I think it was the five worst teams maybe were forced. One of them would be forced to do it. No one wanted to do it,
Yeah.
and
'Cause they air in, like, pretty much real time in a sense, right? Because 'Cause
yeah,
they're
I
in
mean
training
maybe
camp.
a week off. I think it might be every Tuesday from the week
Okay.
before. So I mean you're going to see players getting cut. Like you're going to see players getting their dreams ruined. It's going to be tough to watch, but yeah, it'll be good insight to Josh Allen. He's also a pretty private guy, except for doing a lot of commercials now. But
Mhm.
he's typically remained pretty private on his off the field antics and things like that. So it'll be
Right.
interesting to see how much he talks.
That'll be yeah, well, that actually makes me want to watch it.
Yeah,
I've never watched Hard Knocks before, but it kind of because it's a team that you get to see
yeah,
more on they're a bit better, so you get to see them more often.
hmm
You've got a high profile guy like Josh Allen. It makes it a little more interesting. You have Buffalo Bills fans who like to jump through the tables and are just
they
kind of
do.
like are over you Buffalo Bills fans, you're a little over the top compared to some places, and so it's cool to
But
see
that's what
like
makes them special.
yeah. I mean,
That's what
they're
makes them
really
Buffalo. Yeah,
yeah, they're passionate, and so I think that's, like, cool to see because it's just, like, the full picture where it's a little more interesting than I feel like previous ones have been not
bad
that
teams that no
exciting.
one really.
No offense,
No,
previous
no
teams.
offense, previous teams. And I was going to throw it in there that originally this was going to be North Carolina Tar Heels football was going to be doing Hard Knocks,
Oh, really?
and then it fell apart. Some believe based on someone's girlfriend demanding too many things.
Bill Belichick's girlfriend who someone
Maybe
told me they broke up, but I have not seen that. Okay.
I think he's just trying to do football now,
Gotcha.
and
That was from a 13-year-old boy, so in all fairness.
he might know more than I do. So yeah, Hard Knocks should be entertaining this year.
Okay. Noted. HBO?
Noted. Yes, Tuesday nights I think,
Tuesday
unless
nights.
they
Well, I'm
change that.
watching The Summer I Turned Pretty, so I can't watch it on Tuesday nights.
I saw, I think it was a TikTok on that show about athletes going D1 from that, and that's where I learned the most of that show.
There you go. I will fill you in. We can talk all about Team Conrad, Team Jeremiah on
Ooh,
another episode.
scandalous.
Scandalous. One girl, two brothers,
Oh wow.
love triangle. It's
Wait,
intense.
siblings?
Siblings.
Love
Yeah.
triangle?
Well,
Not with each other.
the girl is not. The girl is a
Oh,
family
okay.
friend,
Okay.
and then the two boys are are
Oh,
siblings.
scandal.
And one's like the good guy, kind of like, and the one that's like way available. The other one's not as available and reserved, and the older brother. Yeah,
Interesting.
it's a whole
Interesting.
thing.
Yeah.
You should
But
add it to your list. I mean,
stay tuned. Yeah, we'll get
I'll
on that.
report on that. You report on Hard Knocks. How's that
Perfect.
sound?
Deal.
Okay. Perfect. Done. Okay, let's let's move on in our last few minutes. I want to talk a little bit about training camp because I think it's kind of like a really interesting thing. And I don't remember this happening until more recently, but like
Mhm.
athletes don't always show up to training camp if they don't have a contract or they're in contract negotiations.
Mhm.
And you were talking to me a little bit about Jerry Jones, who's the head of he's the owner, he's the GM, he's got his hands in too much crap. But the
Yes,
Dallas Cowboys could possibly be the reason they don't win, but who am I to
possibly.
cast stones?
Yeah.
So, but talk to me about like why I don't have to show up to work because I feel like if the rest of us didn't show up to work, we'd get fired. What like I just explain some of this stuff to me because I'm not super familiar with it.
I'll start with the phrase be who you can afford to be.
Okay.
So most people do have to show up to work, and if they don't, they will get fired. But if you're maybe a high profile player or someone who's very good at football and are going into the last year of your contract and you don't want to get hurt while negotiating a contract and then your career's over, you will hold out. And some guys show up and just hang out at the facility, some don't, some stay home. There's no real science on which is better to do because you're
Mhm.
still going to be out of shape and not in football shape when you come in. And a lot of these guys do get hurt coming back.
And you're getting hurt because you're not in the shape you need to
Correct.
be in.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's worth it if you're going to make $50 million to hold out for maybe a few days.
Yeah, I guess that's true. There's some big contracts that happened. I mean, we talked about
Yeah.
Travis Kelce, but like we're looking at some of these, what am I just TJ Watt, who is a defensive player for the Steelers.
Yes.
He's making what $123 million contract extension. I mean, the money's kind of insane that's been flying around.
Yeah, the money's very serious. So sitting out for a few days, and there's a mandatory $50,000 fine for every day you miss.
Okay.
So for someone like you or me, that would be not great.
Yeah, that wouldn't work out
But
so
if
well.
you're going to make $50 million, I think the 50,000 is okay.
Yeah, if that gets you an extra couple million, then you pay the fine. That makes sense.
Yeah, and it was you mentioned TJ Watt. He's the highest paid non quarterback in league history. He just
Mhm.
signed. It was a good offseason to be a defensive end, which is going to be on defense the line, the guys on either side on the end.
Is that the person that would be like the tight end of like a tight end is the offensive side,
Yeah.
the defensive end's the defensive
So
side?
typically, yeah, Travis Kelce would line up probably against a defensive end, most likely.
Okay.
If we're going in simple terms, yes.
Yes, hey, hello, hi, I'm
That's
here.
good.
Can you keep
Yeah,
this
the
simple,
tight
please?
end, not just his rear end, but that's his position, tight end.
Yeah.
Across from the defensive end, they don't have a cool nickname.
Yeah,
And
well,
and there was a lot of guys that got paid. TJ Watt, they kept upping the bar, which started in March with Max Crosby, who's Raiders defensive end,
mhm.
featured in our tattoo post if you want
Oh,
to
yeah,
go
our
back.
post about National Tattoo Day. He has some
National
serious
Tattoo Day.
tattoos, yeah.
Yes. So he set the record in March. And then Miles Garrett, defensive end for the Browns, set the record again after that. And then TJ Watt set the record after that. So
Got it.
it's a good time to be a defensive end.
So is this where we start using this line, "Defenses win championships"?
We do. We
Okay,
do. And then this is where we can loop in Jerry Jones as well.
okay,
We started there and worked all over the place.
perfect. Let's come full circle.
And so on the defensive end topic, Micah Parsons is Dallas Cowboys defensive end. He's due for a new contract here shortly. And contract negotiations with Jerry Jones have not been going well.
Mm,
And as we've seen in the past, Jerry Jones kind of just puts his foot in his mouth and makes things worse.
got it. So Micah is not, at this point of this recording, not going to training camp, I'm assuming?
At this current moment, he is there. He's at
Oh, he is,
training
okay.
camp, but he's not really like doing anything. He's just kind of hanging
Got
out,
it.
just
But he's
getting
telling
some vibes with the guys.
besides giving Jerry Jones the finger every time he drives in.
Yes, and they're both talking to the media about each other, and Jerry is usually saying something stupid. I think he said, "We could sign him, but you can go out and get hit by a car after that. So why are we giving this so much money?" So he likes to talk too much. I
So
think
maybe
would be
someone's hoping that Jerry gets hit by a car is what you're telling me?
I would not wish it on him, but there's probably some Cowboy fans that would probably be very happy that would that would happen.
What didn't something happen last season, like, during the like, something with a car where his daughter's car or something like that, they got stuck there was a car accident situation before one of the games that was because his whole family's runs the whole team.
And that's also
Like, his
part of the
daughter does
problem. Yes.
marketing, his son's, like, the his right-hand man
Yes.
type of
Yeah,
thing, yeah.
it's a family affair that maybe not be going so well. And last year he did this with their quarterback Dak Prescott and ended up signing day of the first game, making him I think he was the highest paid quarterback. And now he's got like 3 players taking up like 75% of their salary cap or something silly. So for a businessman who's made so much money, he's not very good at contract negotiations.
Alright, maybe Jerry should just let somebody else handle that, which we know that's not gonna happen.
No,
No.
not at all.
Now, as we go to wrap up, is there anything notable? I guess maybe how do you wanna wrap us up? But I also wanna say, like, is there somebody we should be watching for to win the Super Bowl?
I
Just
guess
because that's, like, a random question to throw at the
yeah, we
end.
can jump into Super Bowl real quick. Eagles, defending Super Bowl champions. They had a lot of guys leave because when you win Super Bowl, you get paid a lot of money by other teams to go other places.
Mhm.
So they had a lot of guys leave, but they're still top tier talent. Buffalo Bills are up there. So you'll see on Hard
Okay.
Knocks one of the top contenders. Ravens, Chiefs, Lions, 49ers. It's all kind of there.
Okay.
And oh, we didn't and we'll throw in this I'm gonna throw in the Steelers
Okay.
because of their new addition of Aaron Rodgers.
Could
That we
be a
didn't
great addition or it could explode.
who's maybe married to a real person or not a real person, maybe
Brittany.
a spirit that no one's met.
Maybe
So
his off season was good to him. Maybe he's been
yes,
on some mushrooms and doing the things, but he's at training camp, which is more than we can say previously.
yes,
So
yeah, and he waited very long to sign right before like mini camp, so he could find himself and his wife could hang out, whoever
there
she
you
is,
there
whatever
you
she is,
there you have
whatever
it.
it is. Yes,
Best of luck, Aaron Rodgers. May you make it through game 1, play 1, which you didn't do last year.
blessings to Brittany as well.
Thanks for joining us. And of
Thank
course,
you.
we'll keep you posted on all things NFL as we roll into the season, which starts Thursday, September 5th with the Cowboys and the Eagles.
Maybe Micah Parsons, maybe not. Who knows? Maybe Jerry Jones.
Maybe Jerry Jones will be lining up at
As long as
defensive
no one
end.
gets hit by a car.
May the world see that fate for you.
Yes.